Good Wednesday morning. I'm meteorologist Mark Adamo. But either way, we are dealing with some moisture out there early on today. Once we get into the afternoon, it's gone. Later today is partly sunny, cold, and breezy. This one has much cooler air behind it. We're going to see a big cool down. How about highs in the 60s by the end of the weekend? And I'll show you that in our 7-day in just a minute. Today is another cold day. Not as windy as yesterday, but also not as sunny. Still highs into the 20s. It's a cloudy day today with some snow showers coming in again later on. We've had some rain off and on today, but you can tell from behind me, it's not really keeping the crowd out, so come on out. No need for these umbrellas right now. Last night we had those thunderstorms rumble across the peninsula. Right now, early on this morning, only a few lingering clouds out there. It's the type of cold that just takes your breath away. If I was actually wearing green this morning, you can see what would happen. Me and Cookie Monster, we share some similar eating habits, but we'll still get some snow showers as it does pass. So it's not a major event, but still enough that we have a winter weather advisory for our entire viewing area. This is actually tropical moisture coming up from the south. You can see that here, but most of that's off the coast or affecting pretty much the eastern part of North Carolina.
WMDT 47 weather.
Well, good morning once again on this Wednesday. As we continue through the day, it will be a mostly sunny afternoon. Nice day ahead of us. Right now, a few patchy clouds over us, really not a whole lot. So as we continue through the next few hours, we'll see some clouds early and then it clears out later on this afternoon. I'll zoom out a bit farther. Behind me now is a 12-hour satellite and radar loop, and we did have this one weak system slide through last night. Not much. It did cause maybe a dusting north of our viewing area, closer to the Philadelphia metro region or parts of New Jersey. Again, not much. What we've been seeing for these last few days, and even stretching back to the end of last week, has been a series of very weak low-pressure systems. These Clipper systems not really amounting to much. Well, we finally do get a bigger storm coming in tomorrow, actually on Friday, tomorrow night into Friday. But by that point, it's getting a little warm, so we're going to be seeing just a rain event for us by the end of the week. But for today, nice quiet conditions. A light breeze picking up a bit in the afternoon, but it's fairly mild, maybe just a couple degrees less than what we saw yesterday. But that puts our highs right around average for today. So mid to upper 40s will be expected. As we continue through your 7-day, Georgetown, here's how things break down. Tomorrow, we're going to drop the temperatures a bit, mainly because the clouds are increasing through the day on Thursday. And it's Thursday night, and then Friday especially, that we can see the rain. Could be heavy at times, but you can see those temperatures with highs near 50 degrees. Pretty much just going to be a rain event for us. And then it ends, and we'll see some colder weather coming in behind it. That storm system does swirl some cold weather into us for Saturday, but then it rebounds by Sunday. So Sunday's the warmer day, but both days seem to be fairly sunny. Next week, more storm systems look to be heading our way, but again, too mild, lower to mid-50s, providing some rain for Monday. There's another storm coming in behind Mondays. The uncertainty, though, is if it comes in quick, it'll be right on its heels, and we'll see it come in on Tuesday. If it slows down a bit, it might come in on Wednesday. So right now we have Tuesday clear, but there's probably another storm that will come either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week.
Well, look at all those temperatures in the 50s.
Yeah.
We really are towards the end of the colder season.
Exactly. When we finally got that cold weather, all we really had were these weak systems. We got small snow showers. We just couldn't really line up the colds with the big storm. Now the big storms are coming, and it's getting milder.
WMDT 47 weather.
Good Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Mark Adamo. Our main weather story today, we will be continuing our coverage of Hurricane Sandy. As of Monday morning, the center of the storm system still off the coast. Take a look. You can see it spinning out in the Atlantic with these heavy rainfall bands still coming into the coast. We've been dealing with plenty of rain already, and the conditions are only going to worsen as we move throughout our Monday. What's going to end up happening, you actually can see the system is starting to make its turn more to the north and eventually northwest. It's going to make a westward turn, coming into land, probably moving over southern New Jersey. But this is a large storm system, as I just showed you. The storm itself is over 1,000 miles across with a very large wind field. So we're talking about prolonged rain and prolonged wind for today, and then gradually improving conditions tomorrow. Speaking of the rain, this is a 3-hour loop from earlier this morning. The oranges, the reds, that's the heavy rainfall. The yellows, the moderate rain. You can see this is sitting and parked right over Delmarva, so we're going to deal with some flooding already from this. We had about 2 to 5 inches of rainfall at about daybreak this morning. An additional 4 to 8 inches are expected for the remainder of our Monday. We have a few warnings to talk about as well. As that storm system nears, these winds are really going to pick up. So throughout the midday into the afternoon tonight, that's when the wind speeds will be at its strongest, gusting 60 to 75 miles an hour. That's near hurricane force winds right along the coast. Now, officially speaking, that warning will go until 6 p.m. on Tuesday for the southern part of Delmarva. It starts 8 a.m. today and will continue until 9 p.m. on Tuesday for the northern part of Delmarva. Other warnings, coastal flooding. This is going to be a big issue. We've already had coastal flooding along the Atlantic coast. Yesterday, some moderate flooding. Today, even worse, mainly in the morning. That's the peak. Then we have another high tide, and the next high tide cycle, more of the flooding. So if yesterday's flooding was moderate, today should be about 2 or 3 feet higher. So today's major or severe flooding along the Atlantic coast. Now again, that coastal flood warning will go until midnight. Then we're going to have more of that west wind, which will help push some of the water away. And then the water levels will decrease. The west side, though, as that westerly wind comes in, that's going to increase the tide levels along the Chesapeake Bay later on this Monday and also through the day on Tuesday. Now, in terms of the actual forecasted path, as mentioned, mainly southern New Jersey, then it's going to stick around. Probably Wednesday. It's still over the southern part of upstate New York. Now, again, for us, as I mentioned, coastal flooding is going to be that big issue. So here's how things break down in terms of some coastal flooding. That morning high tide will probably be the highest. Ocean City, about 7 feet. That's what I'm expecting with the 4-foot storm surge combined with the high tide and the full moon, making it even larger. So Ocean City, we have Rehoboth here, and to the north, that's for the Delaware Bay. So as mentioned, even worse than what we had to deal with yesterday. Now switching gears, zooming to the west, for the west side of things, that next high tide coming through into the afternoon or closer to the evening. Then another high tide cycle late Monday night into Tuesday morning. Now the flooding threat is twofold. Besides the coastal flooding, with 6 to 10 inches of total rainfall, we have a flood watch over the entire peninsula. A lot of rain coming down as well. So with all these things, be extra careful for these next couple of days. If you do not have to be outside, don't be. Stay indoors. Let the system pass by. As I mentioned, it will gradually improve on Tuesday. So just breaking it down through your Monday morning, you're going to see the wind beginning to pick up, but the peak wind gusts will be late afternoon, evening, and also overnight tonight. That's also the time period where we can see power outages most likely. So again, have the emergency kits prepared. Make sure you have your flashlights, your batteries, your charged cell phone, everything you're going to need in case you do lose power. And be sure to stay tuned to WMDT, and we'll continue to keep you updated throughout the storm.